In those days, a man named Manoah from the tribe of Dan lived in the town of Zorah. His wife was unable to become pregnant, and they had no children. The angel of the Lord appeared to Manoah's wife and said, "Even though you are unable to have children, you will soon become pregnant and give birth to a son. But be careful, do not drink alcoholic beverages, or get drunk, or eat any forbidden food. For you will become pregnant and give birth to a son, and his hair must never be cut, for he will be dedicated to God as a Nazarite from birth. He will begin to rescue Israel from the Philistines." So the woman ran to her husband and said, "The man of God appeared to me. You look like one of God's angels standing by the sea. He told me, you will become pregnant and give birth to a son. You must not drink wine or any other alcoholic drink or eat any forbidden food. For your son will be dedicated to God as a Nazarite from the moment of his birth until the day of his death." Then Manoah prayed to the Lord, saying,
"Lord, please let the man of God come back to us again and give us more instruction about this son who to be born."
God answered Manoah's prayer, and the angel of God appeared once again to his wife. She was sitting in the field, but her husband Manoah was not with her. So she ran quickly and told her husband, "The man who appeared to me the other day is here again." Manoah ran back with his wife and asked,
"Are you the man who spoke to my wife the other day?"
"Yes," I replied, "I am." So Manoah asked him,
"When your words come true, what kind of rules should govern the boy's life and work?"
and the angel of the Lord replied,
"Be sure your wife follows the instructions I gave her. She must not eat grapes, raisins, drink wine, or any other alcoholic drink, or eat any forbidden food."
And Manoah said to the angel of the Lord,
"Please, stay here until we can prepare a young goat for you to eat."
"I will stay, but I will not eat," said the angel. "You must prepare a burnt offering as a sacrifice to the Lord." So Manoah prepared a burnt offering sacrifice to the Lord. When her son was born, the wife of Manoah, she named him Samson, and the Lord blessed him as he grew up. And the Spirit of the Lord began to stir within him. Samson grew up later, a young lion, in the harvest of the vineyards of Kona. At that moment, the Spirit of the Lord came powerfully over him, and he ripped the lion's jaw apart with his bare hands. Later, he returned, and he found the swarm of bees had made some honey in the carcass of the lion. He scooped some of the honey into his hand and ate it along the way. He also gave some to his father and mother, and they ate it, but he didn't tell them he had taken the honey from the carcass of the lion. So Samson got into quarrels with the Philistines, and then they made him mad, and then he made them mad, and then he killed a lot of them, mostly with jawbones of donkeys, and thousands of them died because he was very strong and the Spirit of the Lord with him. Later on in his life, sometime later, Samson fell in love with a woman named Delilah.
What's going on under that? It's a little short. It's a little short.
The ruler of the Philistines
I hope something came out.
went to her and said, "Entice Samson, tell him." Okay, now you can entice him. Entice Samson to tell you what makes him so strong, and how to be overpowered and tied and secured. Then each of us will give you 1,100 pieces of silver. So Delilah said to Samson, "Please, tell me what makes you so strong, and what it would take to tie you up securely." And Samson replied, "If I were tied up with 7 new bowstrings that have not yet been dried, I would become as weak as anyone else." So the Philistine leaders brought Delilah 7 new bowstrings, and she tied up Samson with them. She She had hidden some of the men in the room of her house. And she cried out, "Samson, the Philistines are coming to capture you!" Samson snapped the bowstring like a piece of string, and they burned in the fire. So the secret of his strength was not discovered. Afterwards, Delilah said to him, "You've been making fun of me and telling me lies.
Samson replied, "If I were tied with brand new ropes that have never been used, I would become as weak as anyone else."
So Delilah took new rope and tied him up with it. The men were hiding in the inner room as before, and again Delilah cried out, "Samson, the Philistines will come to capture you!"
And again, Samson snapped the rope from his arms as if they were thread.
Then Delilah said, "You've been making fun of me and telling me lies, and now come to I don't think it."
Samson replied, "If you were to weave the 7 braids of my hair into the fabric on your loom and tighten them with a loom shuttle, I would become as weak as anyone else."
So while he slept, Delilah wove the 7 braids of his hair into fabric. Then she tied it with the loom shuttle. Again she cried out, "Samson! The Philistines are coming to catch you!"
Samson woke up, pulled back the loom shuttle, and yanked his hair away from the loom with fabric.
Then Delilah pouted, "How can you tell me I love you when you don't share your secrets with me? You've made fun of me 3 times now, and you still haven't told me what makes you strong." She tormented him with her nagging day after day until he was sick to death with it. Finally, Samson shared his secret with her.
"My hair has never been cut," he confessed, "for I was dedicated to God as a Nazarite from birth. If my head was shaved, my strength would leave me, and I would become as weak as anyone else."
Delilah finally realized he had told her the truth, so she said to the Philistine rulers, One more time, she said, "for he has finally told me his secret." So the Philistine rulers returned with the money in their hands. Delilah lured Samson to sleep with his head on her lap, and then she called to a man to shave off the 7 locks of his hair. In this way, she had brought him down, and his strength would leave him.
Okay, cut it off. Okay, go grab the scissors now.
Then she cried out, "Samson! The Philistines are coming to catch you!"
"Oh, dear Lord, shake myself free."
But he hadn't realized the Lord had left him. So the Philistines captured him and gouged out his eyes. They took him to Gaza, where he was bound with bronze chains and forced to grind grain in the prison. But before long, his hair began to grow back. The Philistine rulers held a great festival, offering sacrifices, praising their god Dagon.
Might want to get away in case the roof collapses.
My God has given us victory over our enemy Samson. Praise their God, saying, "Our God has delivered our enemies to us. What a God! It's not enough power." Half drunk by now, the people demanded, "Bring out Samson, so they're gonna amuse us." So he was brought out from the prison to amuse them, and they had him stand between the pillars supporting the roof. So Samson said to the young servant who was leading him by the hand, "Place my hand against the pillar, so they hold up the temple. I want to rest against them." The temple was completely filled with people. All the Philistine rulers were there, and there were about 3,000 men and women on the roof. They were watching Samson abuse them. Then Samson prayed to the Lord, "Sovereign Lord, remember me again. Oh God, please strengthen me just one more time. With one blow, let me pay back the Philistines for the loss of my 2 eyes." And Samson put his hands on the center pillar that held the temple. Together with both hands he prayed, "Let me die with the Philistines!" And the temple crashed down. The Philistine rulers, all the people
died.
Oh my goodness.